Hello viewers, I'm Kausalya. Today we are going to have an introduction about admittance parameters. These parameters are also known as short circuit parameters or Y parameters. So what do you mean by admittance? Admittance is nothing but it is the reciprocal of impedance. So here again this is the two-port network and V1, V2 are the respective voltages on the input port and the output port, and I1 and I2 are the currents on the input port and the output port. So here we are going to express currents in terms of voltages. So here you see this is the expression. I1 is equal to Y11 V1 plus Y12 V2, and here I2 is equal to Y21 V1 plus Y22 V2. So here I1 and I2 are the dependent variables and V1 and V2 are the independent variables. Because why we are calling I1 and I2 as dependent? Because in the expression of I1 we are having V1 and V2. So depending upon the values of V1 and V2, I1 will change accordingly, right? That's the reason here I1 and I2 are dependent variables and V1 and V2 are independent variables. So here what are all the admittance parameters here? Y11, Y12 and Y21 and Y22 are the admittance parameters. Right. So here again we are going to find the values of all these parameters. So here first what is the thing I am considering here is I am making V2 equal to 0. Voltage is made 0. When can we make the voltage 0? By short circuiting. So here you see V2 is the voltage on the output port. So I want to make this V2 0. If you want to make this V2 0, you have to short circuit. Right. Once you short circuit, this terminal and this terminal are at the same potential. So whenever there is no potential difference, then the value of voltage is 0. Right. So while calculating for Y11 and Y21, we are making the value of V2 as 0. So here I am short circuiting. That is the meaning. So when you look at these equations, you see here, now we are going to make this term V2 0. When V2 is 0, these two terms will vanish, and here we will be having I1 is equal to Y11 V1 and I2 is equal to Y21 V1. So here that's the thing. And here from this expression we can find the values of Y11 and Y21. So Y11 is nothing but I1 by V1 and Y21 is nothing but I2 by V2. Right. So here you see again I1 by V1 is nothing but admittance, because V1 by I1 will be impedance. So here the ratio of I1 by V1 is admittance. How we are getting this admittance value here? Here we are getting the value by short circuiting. So here this is known as short circuit, and you see this relates 1 and 1. This 1 and 1 denotes they are the values on the input side. So here it is given the name short circuit input admittance. Now again for Y21, again this is the value of admittance and again this is obtained by short circuiting. But here the thing which gets related is voltage on the input port and current on the output port. So here this is known as short circuit forward transfer admittance. Am I making clear? Now we are going to short circuit the input side. So whenever the input side is short circuited, the respective voltage there is V1. So here V1 is made 0. So when V1 is made 0, again when you look at this equations, when V1 is made 0, these two terms will be equal to 0 and the remaining terms will be I1 is equal to Y12 V2 and I2 is equal to Y22 V2. Right. So here you see when V1 is made 0, the value of I1 is Y12 V2. Therefore, Y12 is equal to I1 by V2, right? So again you see this is known as Y12 is known as Again, this is a short circuit admittance, but here we are having the ratio of I1 by V2, therefore it is known as reverse transfer. So Y12 is known as short circuit reverse transfer admittance. And finally, I22 is given by Y22 V2 and Y22 is I2 by V2. So short circuit, this is known as short circuit output admittance, right? Because 2 and 2, they are related on the output port. So short circuit output admittance. So in this equations, okay, from these equations, you see here, whenever the value of Y12 is equal to Y21, then the network is said to be reciprocal, right? So here Y12 is I1 by V2 and Y21 is I2 by V1. When both these terms are equal, then the given network is said to be reciprocal. That's all. If you have any doubt, let me know in the comment section. Thank you.